Hi there, welcome to the first episode of my 10-minute moan of today. And the topic of this 10-minute moan is what appears to be a heckler at the Labour Party conference being assaulted by the security. So this story has been covered by a lot of outlets in the last half hour, 45 minutes since it happened, and managed to secure a video of it which shows a man who has obviously got a point he wants to make at the conference, which is a point that I don't agree with, but he's entitled to his opinion, and that is that we should stop helping Israel by supplying them with things to help their war effort. And this man's entitled to his opinion, although I don't agree with it, as I say, but that's all he's doing, is raising a point. And what you see next is how security deal with it. Now, you would think at a conference for any political party, then opinions are allowed. If a man might have brought the opinion up and his point up in the incorrect manner, but I tell you how they've dealt with it's a bit outrageous. And in the video, you see a suited security man go and basically pluck him out of the audience while he's still making his point, grab him round the neck, and at one point, look as if he's almost going to choke him. And then I think the guy realises this isn't a good look and takes his hand away from here. And he's quite quickly helped by another baseball cap wearing security guard who then heckles him clean out the room. And I just find it amazing. But what happens after that? Well, I'll let you watch the video first, and then I want you to listen to Racheal Reeves' reaction and what she says once the man has been removed from the scene, because I find what she says a bit weird and a bit disturbing, if I'm perfectly honest. So let's watch the video and pay particular attention to Racheal Reeves at the end of the video, what she says about the situation.
They paid the price for their incompetence, their dishonesty and their rule breaking. This is a changed Labour Party, a Labour Party that represents working people, not a party of protest.
So, a bit weird, isn't it? Now, the first thing, well, I'll talk about Racheal Reeves, to be fair, first, because I asked you to pay particular attention. We are not a party of protest. Now, this is a narrative that Keir Starmer first went on about, and since then, oddly enough, echoed by Nigel Farage of Reform, which is a bit bizarre because you would imagine he would be the most opposite to the Labour Party leader that we currently have, because the Tories don't have one. So he echoed the same in a video recently where he told people to not street protest and suggested that the only way to come about change was to do it at the ballot box, which isn't surprising. There's a man that's chasing votes. But we've now heard for the third time this thing about anti-protests. Now, what's completely bizarre is normally people want the protests to stop when the ones that they term far right, racist, fascist, all that. This is a guy who is spouting quite a left of centre opinion about Israel, the arms being supplied to them via the United Kingdom. So we're not only seeing what is termed by some as far right, fascist and racist protests being sort of demonised. We're now seeing the Labour Party at the Labour conference physically remove a guy for having a left opinion. And then Racheal Reeves telling us that we shouldn't protest. And I find this whole topic a bit weird. I don't like it. And now that they're now widening the scope for who's not allowed to protest, I find it quite worrying. The other thing I found a bit bizarre was the reaction of the crowd, who started to boo and heckle the heckler. And again, his opinion is not the same as mine, but I could understand why it would be a shared opinion by people on the left, i.e. the Labour Party and their members at a conference. When this guy, his opinion is we shouldn't be helping supply arms, etc. to Israel. And they start booing the guy. This is like a cult. And I made a comment that many have pulled me up for when I spoke at a pro-UK rally about a week and a half ago in Glasgow George Square, where I referenced Keir Starmer as a communist. Came off, just flew off my tongue. I didn't give it much thought. It was just the way I felt was a fair way of describing him. But now I see in front of my own eyes behaviour that I see that would be similar to the old Eastern Bloc countries back in the day, when they were proper communists. And you think of what's just happened there. A guy with left-leaning opinions has been manhandled, physically flung out the Labour Party conference. When he posed no physical threat to anybody, he was far away from the stage. He wasn't appearing to be as if he was wanting to get close to the stage. Nobody was in physical harm. He wasn't even arguing with anybody close to him that you maybe see, well, there's potentially a flare-up here between him and other attendees at the conference. There was nothing. All he was doing was vocalising his opinion. And he's flung out. And then, as I said before, to have a room full of left-leaning people start heckling the heckler, I just find it bizarre. And then to top it all off, the woman who's talking at the time tells him they're not part of a protest. What is going on in our society? It's mental. Absolutely bonkers. And I don't know where this ends, but I don't like it. I don't like the direction of travel. And that's bizarre, because if that guy was shouting at me like that sort of stuff, I'd probably want him flung out as well. But that doesn't make it right. That's just me being a bit daft. But for this guy to be manhandled, booed by the audience, and then told by Racheal Reeves that we don't do protests, this is probably, I might be reading too much into this, but I see this is a pretty bloody scary situation. Those three components put together in the one place. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Please let me know yours in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not already done so, please consider subscribing and hitting the notifications bell. But most importantly of all, unless you're Racheal Reeves, this government will look as if they're communists. Know them.
Everyone else, have a great day. Cheerio, bye now.
They paid the price for their incompetence, their dishonesty, and their rule breaking.
We are still selling arms to Israel. I thought we were voting for change, Racheal. Climate breakdown is on our doorstep. And we are still backing down.
This is a changed Labour Party, a Labour Party that represents working people, not a party of protest.